Hey YouTube, Shapeworks here with another deck profile video for the deck that I used at the WCQ, the Yu-Gi-Oh! World Championship Qualifier. And the deck that I use is True King Dino. It's the same deck that I used in YCS Pittsburgh, and it's the same deck that I got my invite with on Sunday in this 16-man mini regional. I did change it up a little bit because of the new support that we got, that the deck got, like Giant Rex and Double Evolution Pill. I would have to say this deck worked very well, and it was definitely, to me, the right pick for me to use in this tournament. Even though I did lose to every pure Zoo player in the main event, I still always went to game 3 with them every single time, and it always came down to they just happen to have the right answers at the right time, which is something that's out of my control. But it always came down to game 3, and the deck worked very well. Literally, each time I faced pure Zoo, I could have won. It just happened to go in their favor all those times. But yeah, I really enjoyed the deck. The deck is by far the most powerful I've ever seen it. Definitely 10 times better than it was in YCS Pittsburgh. I would have to say this. I feel like the reason why I couldn't beat Pure Zoo like I did in YCS Pittsburgh is because the Pure Zoo build back then relied way too heavily on Norden, and now that Norden's banned, I couldn't just go Lithosage him and banish the one Norden, and they're kind of screwed in a way. So yeah. Yeah, let's just get into it. Whatever. Alright. So I played the usual 3 Soul-Eating Oviraptor, same 3 Miscellaneous Source. I played 1 Giant Rex. You only really need 1 Giant Rex. He did pretty much the thing about Giant Rex, if you don't know, I had a lot of people in the actual event constantly look at my card and read what it does, because apparently not that many people knew what it did. So basically what it does is, when it's banished once per turn, he immediately gets summoned back to the field, and he gains 200 for every dino that's currently banished. Though his one big drawback is he cannot attack directly, so basically I just used him to punch over stuff like Masterpiece. I always, whenever the pure Zoo player would have a monster with Whiptail under it, I'd always summon this, attack the monster with Whiptail. The Whiptail would banish it. It would come back, and I would just be able to attack again, since at that point it's technically a new monster. So yeah, Giant Rex was so amazing. It allowed me to bring out so many free exceeds like Logia, Tornado Dragon, pretty much any rank 4 dino or rank 4 exceed that I needed. He pretty much gave me free exceeds because of a Miscellaneous and Giant Rex combo, because Miscellaneous, you could banish itself and multiple other dinos from the graveyard to summon a dinosaur from your deck with equal levels. So pretty much, if you already have a Soul-Eating Oviraptor on the field, you send this to the grave. This would have to be in your grave. Banish it and itself to summon a baby Cerosaurus. Then this would get summoned. So now you have 2 dinos for whatever rank 4 exceed you need at the time. And if you have another dino, you still have Soul's effect to destroy the baby to summon another dino, let's just say. Then you'd get the baby effect. So at that point you'd have 4 monsters, which is crazy. Yeah, let me just get this all organized real quick. There. Then the next card that I played 3 Baby Cerosaurus, standard, and I went from 3 Petite Pteranodon to 2 Petite Pteranodon. The reason why is because I needed room for the new support, and the deck can definitely survive on just 2. You don't need the third. There were times where I wish I had the third, but those times were so rare and just so random that the third breaks more than it should. So yeah, I play 2 Petite. I play 1 Jurassic Alio, and the new tuner that I just thought of throwing in right before the event is Direct Dino. This card is freaking amazing. If it destroys an opponent's monster by battle, it doesn't even have to be sent to the graveyard, so if you attack something like a pendulum and it'll go face up in the extra deck, during the end phase, you could tribute 1 Jirac monster, and that also works for tributing himself. You draw 2 cards. He's a fire level 3 tuner. In the next video that I'm going to do, I'm actually going to do a combo video for probably the most broken combo in Dinos that I've ever thought of. I didn't even see anybody do this play. I've seen a lot of duel videos of other Dino players, and I've never seen them do this very specific combo that won me so many matches in Nationals. And these two, you have to bring out both of these in one turn. It was just, the combo that I'm going to show in my next video is just so amazing. So check that out. I'll actually put a link to it in the description. But anyway, Direct Dino. I played 2 Ultimate Conductor Tyrannos. Every time I played this, I won the game. I played the 1 Dogran for Masterpiece. I actually played against an ABC True Draco deck, which was very interesting. At one point he had both Masterpiece, unaffected by spells and monsters, and an ABC fusion on the field. And the only reason why I was able to get through that is because I dog-ran the Masterpiece, and he had 1 card in hand, which I forced him to pitch it to destroy my field spell, which was Dragonic Diagram. And then I just summoned Ultimate Conductor Tyranno. He defused, and I just attacked 4 times for 4,000, and then he only had 3,000 left at that point. So that actually won me the game right there. So yeah, the 1 Dogran. Still play 3 Earth because Earth is best True King in the deck. And I went from 3 Fire to 2 because I needed room in the deck for the new Dino support. And the third was honestly just to see it more often, and you don't really need it. It was just a personal preference for that one event. So yeah, I put it from 3 to 2. Still works fantastically. Yeah. I played 3 Ghost Ogre, 1 Max C. I actually traded the Ash Blossom that I played for a second Diagram, so I just upped the Ghost Ogre from 2 to 3, and this helped me win a few games against Pure Zoo, because they would summon their Raptor, activate the effect to send combo to the graveyard, activate Ghost Ogre, and they would have wasted their normal summon. It's just really unfortunate that every time I did that, they always had Barrage in their hand at that exact moment, which was very unfortunate for me, which is the main reason why I didn't beat them. I also very rarely saw Max C, which was very sad for me. I wish I saw Max C more during the event. But yeah, Max C always keep in, and of course I played 3 Dragonic Diagram. I actually got the third from a friend of mine, Kyle, or shout out to his channel, Rico the Fox Kid. If you haven't seen it, he makes really good content, better than me by far. But yeah, thanks to him, he lent me one of his Dragonic Diagrams, so I was actually playing 3. This is just since I had to give it back, I put in Lost World again, since Lost World is still a really good field spell card, and there's a lot of combos in this deck that work with the token and Lost World. Plus, you could always use the One Lost World to bait out any hand traps like Ghost Ogre. Then play your diagram afterwards. So that I play those. I still play triple terraforming because consistency. I went from 3 Fossil Dig to 2. I know in my last video I said you should always play 3 Fossil Dig because it's a search card, but since the next card that I'm going to show is just so good and actually won me multiple matches, I opted just one out just to fit it in. And then that card is Double Evolution Pill. Oh my god! Oh my god, this card is ridiculous. It brings out your big boss monster, Ultimate Conductor Tyranno, from the deck. It can still attack, and if you have Giant Rex in the graveyard, you banish. Actually, I'm just going to tell you what it does, if you don't know. Double Evolution Pill says you can banish 1 dinosaur type monster and 1 non-dinosaur type monster from your hand or grave. So you could banish a non-dino from your hand, then a dino from your grave, or vice versa. And then you summon Ultimate Conductor Tyranno from the deck. And if you banish Giant Rex will immediately summon itself. Then you just normal summon another level 4 dino, then you have a free rank 4. So this card is just so good. By the way, shout out to the Facebook group that I'm a part of, True King Dino Rage. If I said the name right, I'm just going off of memory right now. Some guy on there asked if you should, how many you should play of this. Literally everyone, other than me, said you should only play 1. I think that's really dumb because you want to see this card as often as possible without bricking, so that's why I played 2. It's just so good. And yeah, for the last 4 cards, I play 1 Soul Charge. I actually on Sunday when I played in the Winamat tournament, round 1 I played Pure Zoo. He maxed me on turn 1. I just Soul Charged and created such a giant board that he could not even deal with it, even with like the 20 cards in his hand. So it was freaking ridiculous that I played into Maxi and beat him game 1. So yeah, Soul Charge. I played double Dark Hole and Raigeki. I played this ratio because you want to have as many board wipes as possible, and this is just the best thing for it. Raigeki just destroys all opponent's monsters, as you guys probably know, and Dark Hole is so good because if your big True King gets striked and you still have the babies in hand, you could set the baby, play Dark Hole, destroy all opponent's monsters and your baby. So your opponent would have no monsters, and you'd get Baby Ceratosaurus effect or Petit Pteranodon's effect, summon Soul Oviraptor or Overeating Oviraptor. Search out Ultimate Conductor Tyranno, get a big boss monster, yada yada yada, broken stuff. And that is the main deck that I used. I'm never going to change this build until links come out. This build is just too ridiculous and just holy crap. In my opinion, this is the pinnacle and the highest this deck could ever be played, and the best build for it, in my opinion. I know that's just like, hey, there's other people, why didn't you do better? I'll explain in a different video my problems with this particular tournament in this YCS. So yeah, I got my Duelist Kingdom tokens signed by Pegasus and the voice actors of Pegasus and Jack Atlas that were there. It was really cool. So I'm going to be using these tokens from now on. Yeah, just wanted to show that off because I'm really happy about the sign. So anyway, back to my extra deck. I played 1 Naturia Beast, 1 Danglong, 1 Ancient Fairy Dragon, 1 Psyframe Lord Omega, 1 Trish, 2 Calamities, 1 Toad, 1 Bahama Shark, 1 Abyss Dweller, 1 Tornado Dragon, 1 Castel, 1 Evolzar Dolka, and double Logia. Yeah, this is my extra deck. I'm really happy with it. It performed very well. I would not change anything about it no matter what. The Tornado Dragon helped me force out a lot of strikes because Giant Rex would give me that free Exceed, which would allow me to go into Tornado Dragon to bait out any back row, or allow me just to go into Logia or Dolko, whichever I needed at the time. Of course, since you're playing True Kings, you gotta play Calamities. I would have to say the most broken Exceed in the game right now, outside of Trident. And let me give you some reasoning on my synchros that I chose. Trish, obvious, you can make it very easily because of Aleo and 2 level 4 dinos. I played Cyframe, Omega, and Interfairy Dragon. This was actually an idea of Kyle's or Rico's. Right before I did my deck list, and this freaking helped me out so much. And in the middle of round 3, round 3 is when I 2-0'd that Burning Abyss, or not Burning Abyss, that Chainburn player, which there were a lot of. But anyway, this allowed me to win a couple of games just because of a combo that I'm going to do in another video that I'm about to do. Every time I played Omega, which came out of nowhere because nobody's actually seen Omega be brought out in Dinos before, this card just won me so many games against Pure Zoo. Of course, I didn't win the match because I already stated that I didn't win any matches against them, but I always brought them to Game 3. But yeah, this won me so many games against them and other decks because take 1 card out of their hand, return Mr.LonePine back to the gray so you don't waste resources. Yeah, it's just really nutty, those. Nat Beast, never used it because I never had the opportunity and reason to bring it out, and obvious Danglong to help bring out Calamities. Yeah, so that's my extra deck, and the side deck that I used, Rico, Kyle, helped me, actually pointed this out again. This is actually not the side deck that I used in the event. This is actually what I used day 2 on in the side events, because my first side deck was absolute garbage. It didn't work at all. It was a bad idea. It was just the main deck that allowed me to win all the matches that I did. But anyway, this is what I used day 2 anyway. I side Stars Dragon since I can make level 8 synchros. I side Stars Dragon because going against Zodiac, they play a lot of things that destroy stuff. So if you bring out Stars Dragon, even late game, middle game, or right at the start, they can't activate Barrage, they can't activate Trident, they can't activate Dark Hole, Raigeki, they can't activate anything like that to deal with your board. So, Stars Dragon, really good side against them. Flying Sea, at first I didn't like the idea of playing Flying Sea because since they have Barrage, which is a main deck out to Flying Sea, I found a way to play around that. So I let them actually go into Broad Bowl, wait for them to activate their Barrage, then on Barrage's summon Flying Sea, and that actually stops them right there. Of course they would still have a Broad Bowl, but at least they don't have a Trident, they don't have Shakanine, they don't have any of that, so one Broad Bowl is easy to deal with. So yeah, after I figured that out, yeah, Flying Sea is just really good. For the last of the monsters in my side deck, I played second Dogran and 1 Sticky String Kaiju. For the what's it called? True Draco matchup, which I only faced only one, and that was the ABC True Draco, which he actually called it ABCD deck, which I actually thought was actually a really good name for it. So yeah, I played those. An MVP side deck card of the entire event, the little bit that I actually played in, was 3 Set Rotation and Oracle of Zephyra. When I played this against True Draco, they pretty much almost every time lost. I would actually say True Draco, just pure True Draco, not Zoo Draco or anything else, just pure True Draco. That is literally Dino's best matchup because of the side deck options that this deck has against it. Main deck wise, True Draco beats Dinos hands down. But when it comes down to side deck, Dinos have the easiest and best matchup. So yeah, Set Rotation, if you don't know, it's a quick play spell that sets 2 field spells on the field. One on your side, one on the opponent's side. As long as the opponent controls the set field spell set by Set Rotation, they cannot activate their own field spells. That's where Oracle of Zephyra comes in. When you set this on their field, they cannot activate it, because in order to activate it, they would have to have a Zephyra to search in their deck. So you activate Set Rotation, set your own diagram, and set Oracle of Zephyra on their side. No, their best search card is literally null and void until they get rid of it. So that really helps. As a matter of fact, against the ABC guy, I actually, yeah, I didn't activate Set Rotation because I still had, I had Set Rotation and Terraforming in hand. I activated Terraforming. He didn't have an answer to the diagram play, so I set the Set Rotation. When he activated his own diagram, I chained to it with Set Rotation, setting Oracle Zephyra on his field, getting rid of his diagram, and setting another diagram on my field. So that got rid of one of his diagrams and allowed me to get to another. So yeah, really good. I played 2 Interrupted Kaiju Slumbers because Kaijus, and I played 3 Twin Twister. Twin Twister is such a good card, so pretty much my side for Pure Zoo is 3 Twin Twister for their back row hate, for back row because they play a lot of it, and 3 Flying Sea plus the Stars Dragon. So yeah, this is probably the best side deck to play against Pure Zoo, just because it stops their Exceeds, stops their back row answers to everything that you can do, and Stars Dragon just to put salt in the wound. So yeah, that's my deck profile video for my True King Dino. It worked very well. It never bricked, actually. I never once had a bricking problem. Every time I didn't face any pure Zoo deck, I won the match, even though I only played in 5 rounds. Again, different video because I have lots of complaints and I'm really embarrassed of what happened. So yeah, that's my deck profile. Shapeworks out.